Hey everybody, it's your boy JBR from JBR channel, welcoming you to an analysis video. Today we are going to be looking at the debut demo server results for the most anticipated game of 2022, that of course being Project Triangle Strategy. I am joined today with
Epholo8, your favorite Wolf Girl enthusiast, and also your favorite Triangle Strategy enthusiast.
I was just about to say that joke, goddammit.
We're on the same brainwave.
We are super duper mega hype for Project Triangle Strategy. We both played the demo a couple times. And every time I see any news about this game, every time there's a direct, I'm hoping there's something for this game. And we got a release date for this game, which is fucking awesome.
I'm beyond excited. This game, it really does have all the potential in the world, and I guess it kind of replaces our need for a new Fire Emblem.
Yeah, who needs Fire Emblem when you got Project Triangle Strategy?
For real.
We'll try not to mention Fire Emblem a billion times during this recording, but no promises. There was a survey after you completed the demo that you could sort of deliver feedback for the developers, and that's sort of what we're going to be looking at today. They had nearly approximately 1 million downloads for the demo last year, which is insane. And they received 25,000 survey responses, so they definitely got a lot of feedback, and there should be a lot for us to be able to react to. So if you are hyped for that, make sure you hit that like button, and let's dive into this. And yes, I will be streaming this game when it comes out. So it looks like there's a whole video for us to react to, actually.
Yeah, that's the trailer they showed
morality,
at
or liberty.
Nintendo Direct.
In Triangle Strategy, a fiery chronicle
we can
of
go ahead and
war
react to
presented
this.
in stunning HD 2D.
It looks really good for what it is.
Actions will lead you through a
Yeah,
riveting story
the
that
art style
changes
from
based on the
Octopath
decisions you
Traveler
make.
is so beautiful.
In the
Yeah.
end,
Combination of
will
like
your
3D and
conviction
sprite
guide
art, it really just comes together.
You have
Picking
gone
your
to
own
the
path
one
and stuff
place
like
I
that.
cannot follow.
in response to the survey about
I
the
can't
demo
wait for
released in
this.
February
So,
of
yeah.
this year, the game has been fine-tuned with a focus on elements that received lots of feedback. These
Like
include
the fact that they're
adjustments to the
actually
difficulty,
listening,
improvements
they're adding
to on-screen visuals,
difficulty.
camera angle controls,
Okay,
Camera
thank
angle
God.
the ability to
controls,
review
alright.
previous dialogue, and streamlined game flow and loading times.
Sick.
More
Whoa, that
details
looks so
are
good.
now available
Oh,
on
yeah.
Nintendo.com.
Splendid.
Triangle Strategy will launch on Nintendo Switch
We got an
March
actual
4th,
release date, which is
2022.
so sick. March 4th.
Yeah.
Pre-orders
It's not
begin
even that
today
long.
on Nintendo
Yeah, it's like
eShop.
what, 7 months? Not even.
That's so awesome. But yeah, they briefly talked about some of the changes, but they're also going to mention it here, so let's go ahead and go over those. So, the first thing we have is loading times. I actually didn't notice the loading times being super long, but maybe that's just because I was so hyped to be playing the game in the first place. But
Yeah.
they're approximately 10 seconds shorter in the most notable
Wow.
scenes, which is definitely a big improvement, especially on the Switch. Like, not a lot of games get a 10-second shorter loading time, so
Yeah.
that makes me feel like, hey, maybe the maybe the loading times were a lot longer than I thought they were, because I didn't even
Yeah.
notice. But
I mean, the time in that game sort of passes by so quickly, and then I guess those moments were sort of breather moments, so it didn't feel as bad, but it's
Yeah.
cool that we have even less waiting time.
yeah, and they aim to shorten it even further by the time the game launches, which, like you said, is in like 7-8 months. So
Yeah,
plenty
I
of
think
time to
we'll-
make it even shorter.
Just under 6, or just over 6 months. Crazy.
I guess Three Houses made me think no game could ever have long loading times compared to Three Houses.
Yeah, no, that game's loading times are... That's not okay.
But they're changing something to events. Let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, black screen. Okay, there we go.
I was at the loading time.
Yeah,
Do they-
maybe.
Do they mean to hurt us?
Oh, so you can
Oh.
like check who people are. I
That's
think you
a
could do
good
something
detail.
like that.
Yeah, something basic, but...
There was something like that before you could do, but I guess now you can do it for like anybody who talks, even like not super important characters, which is
Cease to
nice.
vainglorious.
Yeah, I really like that.
The city is mine now, and not a soul loyal to his grace still lives.
The voice acting is like hit or miss, for sure.
Yeah,
There's some
definitely is.
really good ones like this guy, and then there's the main character. I wonder if they're gonna address that.
I definitely hope so. The main characters was quite cheesy.
It was pretty bad. But yeah, you can go back and oh my god, yes. Yes, that's great. So you can go back and re-listen to voice lines that you might have accidentally skipped, which is great, especially in games that have like the fast forward or like auto skip shit. It's amazing to have that. That's just quality of life shit that we like to see, especially as a content creator. If there's ever a funny line, I get to replay it over and over again and then chat live. So
Exactly.
So in the debut demo, it was necessary to return to the world map after seeing an event. In the final version of the game, you'll be able to view a series of scenario events in succession, reducing the number of times the player is sent back to the world map. So yeah, there were like optional scenes that you could watch within Project Triangle Strategy, and they would be like all over the map. So one, you had to search for it, and two, there would be the insane loading times in between. So now you can just like watch them all at once, I think is what they're saying, which thank God. Again, quality of life, love to see it.
Very simple fixes to make the whole thing better.
Yep, there's an autoplay, thank God. Like they're just adding so much quality of life, which is great. And
Autoplay
skip
was
features.
important. Oh yeah, skip too.
That's awesome. Conversation logs, event, and information review features in character profiles have been added. The cursor speed on the world map is now faster when selecting events, which is amazing. Thank you for making that faster, because I will say it was pretty slow.
Yeah, definitely.
Additional icons for character episodes and side stories have been made easier to distinguish. I'm not sure what that is because they didn't really show it, but I'm sure it'll be pretty useful once we get there, just to like determine which path is which. Next, it looks like we have difficulty. So there's hard and easy have been added. So there was just a normal difficulty. Now there's an easier and harder. Great. I mean, there's not much to say other than that.
Yeah, just accessibility and a little bit more challenge for the people who want it. Awesome.
Yep. I'm probably gonna play on normal or hard my first playthrough and go from there. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But there are a lot of people who aren't as experienced in SRPGs that want to experience the game, especially with the Octopath Traveler art style. So give them an easy mode to play. Nothing wrong with that.
It's a great change.
Video games just need more options and stuff like that, like different controls that you can set up, different difficulties. That's all people really want nowadays.
Let you make your own experience and have your own fun.
Battle operation. Camera controls have been adjusted. Degree of zoom in and zoom out can now be adjusted freely.
We needed this.
The camera can now be rotated 90 degrees by quickly tilting the right stick. Okay, so yeah, it can just be like, it had like a weird camera angle every time that you would move it, so seems like they're changing that. Let's check it out.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit more rigid, and I'm pretty cool with that, because it was a very what was it, like flowy almost before, where it would zoom around the whole camera.
Yeah, that's always been my problem with like the what's it called, the Final Fantasy Tactics type of games, where like the camera always bugged me. So hopefully it will. It doesn't look that much different. It doesn't look that different to me, at least in here. So we'll see when we get there. But
yeah, it's definitely like you kind of have to feel it to know for sure.
I don't remember this guy though. He might be like one of those optional recruitable characters. Which
maybe. Oh look, it's Anna. I wonder why she's here.
The Cavalier dude's moveset was so much fun. Same with
he was so good.
And also, by changing commands while hovering the cursor over an enemy within attack range, you can compare and evaluate estimated damage and accuracy rates. I could have swore this was a thing before, but I guess it's saying these guys, you can kind of see their accuracy. Is that what it's saying?
Maybe. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we could see that before.
Yeah.
Maybe it means to say, like, as you hover over each enemy, you can see who they're attacking and how much they're doing.
Let's check. So yeah, you could see that before. Is this how much they'll hit you back, I guess? Because I swear we could see the damage and hit rate before. I guess it's just like, well, I think what it's saying is before you had to like click multiple times to like select the enemy, and now you can just like hover over them and it will tell you, which is great quality of life improvements.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of quality of life in the demo survey results so far, which, hey, for me that just means the game is better because I already liked it for what it was. So
yep, it was already a day one buy. Now it's just better.
I already pre-ordered it.
Good choice.
So by changing commands while hovering the cursor over an enemy within attack range, you can compare and evaluate estimated damage and accuracy rates. Simulation mode added, allowing you to check estimated results of action against enemies inside and outside your attack range. That's very nice.
Yeah.
We don't have stuff like that in most SRPGs, so being able to see, okay, when I do have to deal with this character eventually, how's it gonna look? That's awesome.
That really that's gonna add a lot to the like the nuance of the gameplay. I'm looking forward to trying that out.
I think a lot more SRPGs need simulation mode.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, you can check, like, hypothetically, once I get to the boss, or the boss starts moving, they'll be here in 2 turns. How am I sort of gonna deal with them while I'm also dealing with the problems I'm facing right now? That's amazing.
Yeah.
More games need that. That's great.
Yeah, see the consequences of your actions before you do them.
Yeah, that's great. You can really plan stuff out there with the simulation mode. That's awesome.
Yep.
So, because usually you just have to rely on, like, you know, unit feel and enemy feel, you know.
Yeah, like their basic understanding of the game.
Yeah, just like a lot of, like, okay, I've experienced this before. This is probably what that enemy is going to be like when I fight them. But now you can just guarantee and see, okay, this is how it's going to be once I have to deal with the other enemies. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Weapon type icons are now displayed to easily distinguish an enemy's type in weapons. Awesome. I don't think we had the enemy's type. You could find out what weapons they had, but like you had to go through like a bunch of menus and stuff like that. But now you can see their type and stuff like that, which is great.
Makes it easier.
Added emphasis to target lines extending from boss characters with especially powerful attacks. Again, just quality of life, making it easier to see what's going on, which is great.
Yep.
Because it can get very busy on the screen. So being able to distinguish like boss specific or like super strong enemies will have you be like, okay, probably gotta worry about that guy a little bit, instead of just seeing a regular normal line that you could confuse with a different enemy. So again, quality of life, love to see it. Hovering the cursor over enemies displays their turn order.
Ooh.
Oh, so that's what I'm guessing. That's what these numbers here mean.
Interesting.
Okay, I like that. It does make the screen a lot more ugly, though. I hope you can turn that off.
Yeah. I guess the issue with that, like, it's good for like a strategy standpoint, but I feel like it's almost too much information in some way.
Yeah. So I hope there's a way to turn that off. It does seem like it may be, because I see the show/hide guide, so I'm not sure what that means. But if there's just an option menu where you can turn stuff like that on and off, that'd be great, because sometimes I'll want it, sometimes I won't. So we'll see. That might be my only complaint so far, is like there's so much going on screen at once now.
Yeah, especially with like more lines, newer grid. It's weird.
The turn order of units on the map is now shown on the AT bar as well, which I think means this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they could honestly just have that rather than the numbers on the people.
Yeah, I think it's basically just like, so you know that these, like, there's a bunch of like the same enemy types, 3, 5, 8. So now you can be like, okay, this guy's gonna move next, or no, this guy's gonna move, then this guy, then this guy. So it is easier to determine. I just hope there's a button that I can turn it on and off, so like I can look which enemies are gonna attack next, and I can turn it off so that the game looks pretty again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because the bars are blocking everybody's face and stuff like that, except for if you're on the horse, I guess. So just get a horse wall.
Mounted privilege once again.
The location of the command window during battle has been changed to improve visibility. More options have been added for screen visibility effects and controls. So maybe that's it right there. They're giving us option to turn stuff on and off.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see the numbers on the people now, so...
Yeah, which is nice. It makes the game look a million times better.
Yep.
But it will show you on the guy that you're hovering over. So, I like that. I actually like that a lot better.
Yeah, it very much pinpoints the enemy.
And then we have some last minute changes or some other stuff that's not as notable. And then some notes from the developers, so let's go ahead and look at those. Controls for Serona during exploration phase have been improved. That's very vague, but hey, we'll take it. Button input is now required to enter/leave houses to prevent entering by mistake. Thank you. Oh my god, that was annoying.
Yep.
Panel colors when selecting a destination have been adjusted. Not sure what that means, but we'll see when we play the game. Again, this is all just like very small stuff. Added an icon indicating when a back attack is possible.
That's good.
That's very good, especially for characters like that get major attack bonuses from that. Like I think beef characters get that. That's like their whole
they do.
Added a feature that automatically creates quick save data after a set number of turns during battle. Okay.
Alright.
So yeah, that won't mess with your save. It'll just have a quick save every couple turns that'll just activate. I think that's what that's saying.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best, because, you know, sometimes you will just have to turn off the game and go do something else, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they implement... I hope they implement, like, a bookmark feature, sort of like in Fire Emblem, where you can just be like, okay, I'm gonna pause the game. The game will save itself within the game. And then once I boot up that save again, it'll delete and I'll go straight back to where I was. So I hope they implement something like that. That'd be great. I'm not sure if that was in there or not, so... Because I never... Because it was a demo, so I never, like, okay, halfway through I gotta go do something. I was just playing it.
Yeah. No, I feel I don't think I noticed anything.
There might be that already, so we could sound really stupid. But in case that there's not, it would be great if they added that. Implemented gameplay tips during loading screens. Always love those in video games.
Yep.
Added a screen during battle preparation to show which units are or are not deployed. That's good. Added a feature to display guides about terrain effects during battles. 2, so it's saying if you want to. Great. Again, love all the options. The optional stuff that they're adding. That's what we need in more video games. Just optional stuff, if I want it or not.
Yeah.
Let the player
choose your quality of life.
Yeah, let the player dictate how they want to experience it. Added a feature to allow the button guide information at the bottom of the screen to be hidden. Added a feature to show characters' final destination prior to using an ability that involves character movement. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was really weird. You'd attack. Like, eventually I got used to it, but you'd attack and then you'd move. And, like, I would read the biome and I'd expect that, but it still would kind of throw you off a little bit for how far they would move.
Yep.
Improve the display for buffs, debuffs, and the number of turn effects that will last on objects. Great. Implemented a battle retry feature. Awesome. And button assignments have been adjusted. That's very vague, but...
Yeah, very vague. That says nothing.
That's like saying, hey, we made changes to the game. Well, I hope so. Okay, and a note from the developers. Based on these survey results, users have high expectations for the game's story, the personalities of the characters, and the system for leveling up and improving characters in tactical strategy games. These are elements you may not have been able to fully enjoy in the debut demo. However, in the final version of Triangle Strategy, I think they're sticking with Triangle Strategy, not Project Triangle Strategy.
Yeah, which is honestly a fine name.
However, in the final version of Triangle Strategy, you'll be able to experience the events leading up to the invasion and what happens after you make specific decisions. The story will branch out in various ways, and many unique characters will enter the story. We hope you'll look forward to it. Great. So, yeah, that was one thing I was curious, was like, were we already on like a branching path when we started in like chapter 6 or whatever, or is it gonna branch out a lot more later? Branch out a lot more later on? Like, how many paths are there? Like, I wish there was like a rough idea, because they could say, oh, there's a bunch of different paths, and then there's like 3 or like 9, and like the maps might be slightly different but lead into the same place, you know what I mean? So,
oh yeah, definitely. That would be a little bit weird, but I guess it would make sense.
Yeah, I would hope there's like a lot of different endings and stuff like that, a lot of different paths, but we're kind of on the dark and stuff like that, so
Yeah.
I wish they would say like, oh, there's over 20 different blah 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 paths and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to know at least like a rough idea of how many we should at least expect.
Yeah, I agree.
Lastly, our development team was very happy to receive encouraging results about purchase. No, I can't read. Lastly, our development team was very happy to receive encouraging results about purchase intent from those who responded to the survey. Hey man, you have a great game cooking.
Yeah, you've got something good here, and you've already cultivated your fan base. That's pretty good.
We will continue to develop the game in an effort to meet your expectations. We appreciate your continued support for Triangle Strategy. Yasuki Arya and Tomoya Asano. I definitely butchered that first name. Triangle Strategy will be released on the Nintendo Switch system on March 4th, 2022. Mark the calendar. I'm taking work off that day and we're streaming.
Yeah, that's a day to take off for sure. That's a big day. That's essentially our Christmas.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed our analysis of all the changes for Triangle Strategy. Definitely looking forward to it. A lot of quality of life things and a lot of optional stuff, which is really what more games need to be doing. I would say the key thing that I'm most interested of was the simulation mode. I don't think I've seen stuff quite like that in an SRPG, so that might be something innovative that a lot of other SRPGs will start adapting into their games going forward. Because that's just a brilliant idea. I'm surprised I haven't seen it a lot more. It's great.
Yeah, I'm very eager to see that play out because I think that it could be a little bit weird if we can see like 2, 3, 4 turns ahead, because then you just play out the game before playing the game, and that's a little bit weird. But if it's like 1 turn or something, then it's just a great change.
Well, no. It's like saying like I could click on a character very far away and see like the hit rates and like how much damage I'll be doing. It's not like, oh, I'll see exactly where the enemy's gonna move.
Right. All right. Well, then that's good then.
I think allowing you to check estimated results of actions. I don't know. We'll see how it works when the game comes out, but that's definitely the most intriguing thing to me.
Definitely. Like honestly, just fixing the camera was the biggest thing for me because I had a lot of issues with the camera.
Yeah, for sure. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out the follow channel link in the description. And until next time, keep me updated with everything Project Triangle Strategy related. Bye-bye.
Later.